One point when you're talking to a girl, you have to ignore her at one point. There comes a moment when within the weeks and days of getting to know her that you literally don't respond. That you literally make her feel like she did something wrong. That you literally just start acting differently. Now, what do I mean by different? Well, we're gonna watch this video and we're gonna talk about how this guy was in the friend zone and he confessed he loved her 3 times. Jesus Christ, bro. I mean, by that point, I mean, you do 3 times, you're getting deported, right? And by the third time, she finally decided to see him, but it was because he did one thing, right? And that's the point of this video. And how ignoring the girl after you showed her attention actually has the opposite effects that most people realize. Yeah, some women, when you ignore them, they're like, thank fucking God, right? Now you're doing them a favor. But some women react differently. Why? Well, because let's watch this first, and then I'll explain to you guys because I think you guys are really. I don't think most coaches talk about what I'm about to talk about today. Okay, let's watch this. And if you guys want to learn how to apply these strategies, you guys can book a one-on-one phone call with me today and talk to me. You guys can check out my course, Start Game. Or if you guys have a tough time applying these strategies, it means you can't control your emotions. So join our Patreon, with that Patreon, you guys are able to meditate with me on a weekly basis so that you guys can control yourselves and not be so creepy and needy. Let's watch this.
The most
This sounds
unexpected
corny.
person, and for me, I fell in love with a Colombian who I thought would never leave the friend zone. But here we are 5 years in, and I basically moved to his home country. So we met in 2016 while going to college in Florida. I was on the women's soccer team, and he was an international student, so we had our own friend groups, but we always found time to hang out with each other.
We're gonna watch the whole video and then we're gonna watch it again and stop it, okay?
I took him to his first pumpkin patch. We studied together. I essentially drove him everywhere. And when I tell you this man did not give up, even when being deep in the friend zone, it wasn't until the third time he confessed his feelings for me that I started to like him. And Jesus always loves to mention that it basically took him ignoring me completely for me to realize maybe I should give this guy a shot. So in 2019, we went on a party bus to the club, and that's where it all started. After graduating, we drove across the country to move in with my parents. The lockdown happened. He got his own apartment. We lived in the US together for 2 years. Now we're navigating life in Colombia, trying to travel to other countries so we don't have to do long distance, and it's been quite the journey. But it's comforting knowing we're not the only ones going through this crazy complicated visa process, because the amount of comments I received saying just get
Okay, shut up. So look, so let's talk about the first scene, right? Let's replay it again.
married so he can get
And,
his
and
paper.
again, these are things that
Sometimes you fall in
when you hear how people meet, you lose the details because you're so frustrated with your dating life, right? So this is something that you guys can replicate in your life. I don't go fuck how ugly you are, all right? Can I get complaint? I'm ugly. Oh, that's for Chad. Shut the fuck up, man. Honestly, there, the slow game is the ugly man's game. Okay, slow game is the ugly man's game. If you want to really get a girl to like you, you got to go slow because if you're too ugly, going fast is going to scare her. So let's watch this. Look at this.
love with the
Watch.
most unexpected person, and for me,
Unexpected. Unexpected usually means they're not your type. Unexpected means that she has a type and is not fucking Jesus, okay? So whenever you're not a woman's type, the only hope you have is to play the slow game. Why? You work with a woman. If you notice, anytime you see a hot girl with an ugly guy, most likely they spend time together, prolonged, meaning they work together, they study together, they're from the same neighborhood, they have the same friend group. And you seeing them every day, something happens which is called the mere exposure effect, that you get used to them. And because you get used to them, your guard goes down and you actually start to like the personality. Like you still like your type, but that this person starts to affect you emotionally differently. That's because you see them every day. And seeing them every day, literally their brain will forget. You know how when you have when there's a hot girl and you become her friend and she kind of looks more normal after a while, right? Newness highlights the beauty, but also newness highlights the ugly. After a while of you seeing that beautiful girl, she looks average. After a while of you being ugly as fuck to her, you become average. You become average. So that's one thing, the mere exposure effect. The next thing is they spend what I like to call boring time. Watch this.
I fell in love with a Colombian who I thought would never leave the friend zone. But here we are 5 years in, and I basically moved to his home country. So we met in 2016 while going to college in Florida. I was on the women's soccer team.
He can dance. He got skills. He's not just a loser. That's one thing. You got to have some skills. Dancing won't get her to like you, But dancing will create more opportunities to see her, will create the more moments of, oh wow, he's nice. And that could be anything, drawing, it doesn't matter. So be good at something.
And he was an international student, so we had our own friend groups, but we always found time to hang out with each other.
Right? So they got along. They had some chemistry. That's the next thing, right? That if you're gonna be average looking, you gotta have some chemistry with the chick. Because that's what's gonna allow you to spend boring time. What's boring time? People fall in love not through moments of craziness. They fall in love because they're watching a movie, they spend time together, and they do that a lot consistently. And what happens is that one day, when you don't see her, when you don't hang out with her, she got so used to having those boring moments that when they recall it in their minds, the boring moments, their brain exaggerates those boring moments and it begins to long those moments by diminishing the present moment and making the past look better. And with that comes how she sees you. So so the key for to get out of to make a girl like you that's not that usually is not your type, she's not your type, no, that you're not her type, is to spend time, like find a way going out. And this is why if she doesn't have chemistry with you, like if there's no chemistry, this doesn't work. That's one thing, right? Like you see her every day, you have chemistry, which is very important. If you don't have that, you can't use the next step because the chemistry gets her to associate positive feelings with you and gets her to start to anticipate you with a positive anticipation. So that then when you create space, the anticipation turns into a letdown. Well, why are you being let down by a guy that you don't like? She'll ask herself. Well, allowing her to come to the conclusion that maybe she does have feelings for you.
I took him to his first pumpkin patch. We studied together. I essentially drove him everywhere. And when I tell you this man did not give up, even when being deep in the friend zone, it wasn't until the third time he confessed his feelings for me that I started to like him. And Jesus always loves to mention
Right? She started to like about what cemented it was
that it basically took him ignoring me completely for me to realize maybe I should give this guy a shot.
Okay, so what that last key is this. When you tell her that you like her, understand that you have to make sure that is in a situation that allows you to do it, right? You can't be her boss and saying that. Because once you tell her you like her, you have to create, if she doesn't reciprocate, you can't be friends with her. Stop the friendship. Cut her off. That's it. When you say that you like her and she doesn't give back, she doesn't give up the poom poom, cut her off. Because it'll do a few things. One, it'll save you from investing. Two, it'll show her that you have a backbone. Three, it'll offend her. Four, she'll feel like she lost something special. Because remember, you guys had chemistry. And five, by you cutting her off, you give her space to come to you. What's the percentage of this strategy? I don't know. All I know is that I've seen it work in my life. I've taught it to a few guys, and a few of them, it's worked on them. Like it's actually worked. The hard part is cutting it off because a lot of you motherfuckers are too needy and creepy, and you guys just just have a tough time of letting go. That's a problem, right? So I think this strategy is a great strategy to get a woman to fall in love. They fall in love when you pull away, when you are absent. You spend time with her, right? You got to understand spending time with her. It's like being awake and studying, right? But if you don't fall asleep, the memories don't become integrated in your mind. If you don't create absence, falling asleep, push her away, she's not gonna think of you because she can only fall in love when you're not there, when you disappear. Ah, fuck, you don't want to go out with me? Then fuck it. I don't want to go out with you either. That's when you create that love. That's when they start to think about you, only in your absence. But if you confess that you like her and she says no and you're still there, then you look like a pussy. You look like a pussy. And she can't respect that. She'll respect you by leaving. You will hurt her by leaving. And that pain will possibly get her to come to you. All right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. This is a way to get out of the friend zone, but also this is the slow game, right? This is a slow game, and you got to know when to properly pull away from a woman.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I can tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at 238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared, because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.